So I just had to do a quick riff on my girl Nicole. There are some people that you meet and you know that you were supposed to meet them. And it's okay, so this is what happened. I had gone to like the speaker like training course, whatever, and there has been a story that I have wanted to tell, a TEDx that I've wanted to do for a very long time. By very long, I mean 14 years, since 2008, and when I graduated from law school. And it's a story that I had a lot of shame about because I graduated from Georgetown with $250,000 worth of student loan debt and $50,000 worth of a corporate debt from a startup business that I tried during law school. And after that, I went to solo remote travel. I'm not going to get into that story here, but because of the shame that was tied to that and a lot of inner work, big time, a lot of spiritual work and a ton of remote travel. Solo remote travel that I've done. I was finally able to give this talk as a practice run. And Nicole was in the room. And for me, it was a big deal because this was like something that was caught in my throat for 14 years. I'm number 37 of 38 people, and we were talking in a sauna. I mean, it wasn't a literal sauna, but it was pretty damn hot. And this was in Texas. And Nicole holds my hand, and she's so tiny and so beautiful and so fierce and powerful. She's got like a really good grip. And she's like, okay, would you be open to like hearing a message from God? And I'm like, yeah, I would. Because this shit happens all the time. Backwards, like 6 months ago, I was up a freaking mountain, really high in Colorado by myself. And like for hours by myself, hiking up this freaking thing in the summer, determined to get to the top. And this woman, not Nicole, but a preacher, comes out of nowhere. I didn't know she was a preacher, blonde. And she's like, listen, I've been watching you hike for a while. I'm here with my family. My name is so-and-so. And I just have a message from God for you. Can I tell you? And at that time, I was like, absolutely. Like, obviously, this is God. If some woman from the nowhere, like it was me and a mountain goat for like 3 hours, and she pops out of nowhere. She tells me she has a message from God. Later on that day, like way later on. All right, separate story. I think the whole talk was not right. And I'm just like kind of feeling disappointed with myself, immediately start beating myself up. It's the intermission or after everyone's done, and Nicole comes up to me and she's just like, listen, I know we haven't chatted, but how are you with God? And I just look at her and I'm like, well, I don't really read the Bible or go to church, but he seems to be like chasing me down every avenue, alleyway, and hallway right now. Like he's coming up a lot. So this time when Nicole was like, I've got a message from God, we hadn't said like 2 words to each other except something about eyelashes for like 2 days because it was a very intense weekend. And I think everyone was just like praying to whoever they pray to and just trying to get through like the work. So I say to Nicole, okay, hit me with it. And she tells me what the message is. And from my nose to my toes, I was covered in goosebumps. I'll never forget that. I had, at the time, I was like, I wish I could record this. I wish I could remember this. Like everything that she was saying was in flow state. And when a woman who works with spirituality or God gets into flow state, like you better prick up your ears and listen because it's pretty incredible. And she just told me this message and all over my body, goosebumps. And she's like, are you open to prayer? And I'm like, absolutely, let's do this shit. And so, we prayed together. And this is not like, I am not someone who goes to church. I am not someone who often reads, I don't even own a Bible. Some really weird stuff has been happening with me and people who work with God and or the spiritual realm, like however you want to call it. And I'm going to cry, but like, I will remember that moment with Nicole for the rest of my life. And what she told me floored me, and it gave me something that words can't do justice to. Moral of the story: when you start doing what you were put on earth by the divine, by God to do, when you start doing that, when you start tapping into your heart, really weird stuff will start to happen to you. And people will come to you and say things. Listen to them, because it's flow state. It's all energy. It's all divine. It is all of the spirit. I know it is. I know it is. And it was a really tough weekend for me. And I will be grateful to Nicole for the rest of my life. Whatever it is that you're pursuing, keep on going for it. I can't promise you it's going to be the easiest ride, but there will be signs and messages along the way. Open yourself up to them.